इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम्। So, commencing this Vyad Adhikaranam, Bhashyakara says, Vedanteshu tatra tatra binna pasthanaha utpatti shrutayah upalabhyante. So here as the Tikakara explains, आवाज थोड़ा कोशिश करो पड़े। The earlier section of this second chapter dealt with the contradictions appearing with the other Shruti, other Smrutis like Sankhya, Vaisheshika, etc. So contradiction that appears between Vedanta and those schools of thoughts were resolved in the first two padas of the second chapter. Now, the next two padas are devoted to resolving the contradictions which appear to be within the Upanishadis themselves. And particularly the Shrutis dealing with creation, Srishti Stuti. Creation is of two kinds. One is creation of Bhuta, the five elements, Panch Mahabhutani. And then also there is this creation of these jivas and the pranas. So first is bhoktru and bhogya. The jiva and the five elements become bhogya, that's one class. Second is pranas, the subtle body. So this pada, this Vyad pada is going to deal with the creation, contradictions in the creations between of the five elements and the Atma, and the second pada is going to deal with the contradictions which appear to be in creation of the subtle bodies. Then beginning with now the contradictions which obtain within the creations. So taking the Shrutis, the Shrutis are the passages of Upanishads dealing with the creation of the universe. Vedanteshu तत्र तत्र भिन्न प्रस्थानाः उत्पत्ति श्रुतयः उपलभ्यन्ते वेदांतेषु in the Upanishads तत्र तत्र in various places भिन्न प्रस्थानाः उत्पत्ति श्रुतयः. The श्रुतयः, the passages of the Shruti or Upanishad dealing with creation, they seem to be referring to different kinds of creation or different manners of creation. केचित् आकाशस्य उत्पत्तिम आमनन्ति. हजी आवाज मोटो छे के बराबर छे? हजी आवाज मोटो छे. केचित् आकाशस्य उत्पत्तिम आमनन्ति. So some Shrutis are there which talk about the creation of space. केचित् न, एकदम न થઈ ગયો. Whereas there are some which do not talk about the creation of space. So there are some passages in the Upanishads, as in Taittiriya Upanishads, which mention the creation of space, Utpatti of Akasha. There are passages such as in the Chandogya Upanishad which do not mention the creation of space. तथा केचिद् वायोः उत्पत्तिम् आमनन्ति केचिद् न. Similarly also again Taittiriya Upanishad talks about the creation of Vayu, whereas Chandogya again does not mention the creation of Vayu also. So this is the contradiction obtaining with reference to the creation of the five elements. Evam jivasya prananam cha. Similarly also we find differences in the description of the creation of jiva as well as creation of prana or the subtle bodies. Evam eva. So as Ratnabha said, sarve ete atmanah vyuccharanti di vajinah. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, sarve ete atmanah vyuccharanti. All these jivas also emerge. Just as many sparks emerge from fire, so also many jivas emerge from Brahman. Meaning that the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad appears to be talking about the creation of jiva, whereas elsewhere that is not mentioned. Also prana. Etasmat jayate prana iti atharmikasya amananti. Similarly, the followers of the Atharva Veda in the Kaivalya Upanishad, we find etasmat jayate prana. From Brahman, prana is born. Elsewhere, we do not find the mention of creation of prana. So these are differences. Evameva kramadi dvarakopi vipratishedah shrutyantareshu upalakshate. Evameva, in a manner similar to that, kramadi dvarakopi. Krama as far as the sequence is concerned. So sequence of the five elements, for example. So krama and akrama. Somewhere the sequence is, somewhere there is no sequence. So evam akasha purvika kvachit srishti kvachit tejah purvika iti krama virodah. Somewhere it is said that the first element that is created is space, as in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Somewhere it says the first element that is created is fire, as in the Chandogya Upanishad. Thus, there is a difference also in karma or the order of creation. Adipadat Saiman Lokan Asrudi Akramaha. Somewhere there is no krama or no sequence mentioned at all, as the Aitareya Upanishad says that the Kriyeshvara or Brahman created these lokas or worlds, that there is no sequence mentioned. Kvachit sapta pranaha, kvachit ashtau. Somewhere you find the mention of 7 pranas, somewhere you find mention of 8 pranas. Therefore, this section of the Brahma Sutra is devoted to resolving these apparent differences in the Shruti statements. Why this so? Bhashyakara said, iti vipratishedah shrutyanshareshu upalakshate. Vipratishedah, the internal contradiction, self-contradiction. So let it be there. What does it matter? It says, no. Vipratishedacha parapakshanam anapekshitatvam sthapitam. Look, the argument that we have made so far in dismissing all the other pakshas, like the Sankhyas, Naiyayikas, Vaisheshikas, all of these are dismissed as not pramanam. By showing the contradictions obtaining between them, as well as contradictions obtaining within themselves. So these contradictions became the basis of ignoring them or dismissing them as not pramanam. And that's how the pramanya, the authenticity of Upanishads was established. So they can come back to you on the same ground. Says, tadvat swapakshasyapi. What is swapaksha? Brahma karana vadaha. What is Vedanta paksha? Brahma karana vadaha. That Brahma is Jagat Karanam. That is our vada. The Sankhyas would say that the Pradhanam is Jagat Karanam. Vaisheshikas would say that the 5 atoms are Jagat Karanam, etc. Thus, other people have their own perception of what the creation of the cause of creation is, whereas what is Vedanta's perception? That the cause of creation is Brahman, and particularly the material cause. The material cause of creation is Brahman, the consciousness, changeless, infinite consciousness, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, the truth, changeless, consciousness, infinite, that is the material cause. That is the Swapaksha. But then, Swapakshasyapi vipratishedat. Then the Purva Pakshis will all point out the vipratishedah, the self-contradiction obtaining within the Vedanta or Upanishad also. Therefore, anapekshitatvam asanketa. Therefore, in our own mind, they can create in our own mind a doubt that even our own position is not sound. That the conclusion that we draw that Brahma is Jagat Karanam also does not appear to be a sound conclusion, because there are differences in the manner in which the process of creation is described. इत्यतः सर्व वेदांत गत सृष्टि श्रुत्यर्थ निर्मलत्वाय, therefore अर्थ निर्मलत्वाय, it is necessary to clarify the artha means purport here, not the vachya, not the literal meaning, but what is the intended meaning. So what is the meaning intended by the Shruti is consistent. So what the Vedantin wants to establish is that even though there appears to be a difference in the literal meaning, and still the intended meaning is the same. And that is important. The Tatparya is important. So what you say may mean one thing literally, but the intention intention with which what you say is more important than what the literal meaning of what you say is. So even though the different passages of Upanishads appear to describe creation in different ways, and therefore there appears to be a difference or even contradiction in the description, but the intention of all the Shrutis is to establish Brahma as Jagat Karanam, to establish the Mithyatvam, the unreality of creation, Satyatvam, the reality of Brahman. So Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, this is what is the purport, the Tatparya of all the Upanishads. In that there is consistency. So we have to establish the consistency among all the Shrutis, and the Vedantin says that even though there may appear not consistency as far as the word or literal meaning is concerned, there is consistency as far as the Tatparya, the purport, is concerned. That's the whole thing here. This is very intelligently done. You can see how the Pakshas are presented, and the sutras, if you read, nothing will make sense unless Bhashyakara and then Tikakaras, all of these will bring out what is involved in that. It would be rather difficult for us to understand what is the line of argument, what's going on here. So, Sarva Vedantagata Srishti Shtutyartha. In all the Upanishads, whatever passages are there delineating the creation, that the artha, the purport of all of them is one. So, tad artha nirmalatvam arthabhasa nivritya. This arthabhasa. Arthabhasa is what? 5 elements are there, 3 elements are there, sequence is there, sequence is not there, etc., etc. So that is how the abhasa, the literal meaning, seems to be. But we want to say that the literal meaning is not important, the purport is important, and that way the contradictions that are created by the literal meaning are removed. In our mind then, we are very clear that the Upanishads are all consistent as far as conveying the Brahman as Jagat Karanam, in that they are consistent. That the Srishti or creation is Mithya, in that they are consistent. They may not be consistent in saying this. Every Upanishad may have its own method of communicating how the creation is Mithya. Every teacher may have his own method. Although what the different teachers of Vedanta say would be the same, but the teachers have their own way of communicating. They give their own examples. They have their own way of arguing. In that way, the teachers may appear to be different. But important is, where do they come from? What is the intention with which they are saying this? If the intention is the same, meaning that they want to convey this vision of the Shruti of Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, and then it is all fine. Then you can enjoy the difference, otherwise you are all confused. So we get confused when we go to different teachers, even in Vedanta. Let alone going to different teachers for all kinds of schools of thought, that is of course very confusing. But even when you go to different teachers of Vedanta, there also, sometimes we do get confused because we feel that they seem to be aiming at different things. And therefore it is important to ascertain that the purport, the intention is the same, what they ultimately intend to convey is the same thing, even though the method of communication may differ. Here, we look upon every Upanishad as a dialogue between a teacher and a disciple. The reason why there appear to be differences is the method of exposition of different Upanishads, is because the teachers are different and the students also are different, and therefore there is going to be a different method of exposition, and that creates confusion. In fact, there are many scholars who have come to conclusion that there is no consistency. They even see a development of thought, how this Upanishad is more ancient than other Upanishads, how the Upanishads thought also developed, what they were thinking earlier, and how they came to know different things, and how ultimately they came to this conclusion. So this kind of history, the history of the philosophical thought, So this is how they say, and that's how they do not see the need to establish that all Upanishads are the same intention. They don't. They are already convinced that Upanishads are not the same, that there is a sequence in Upanishads. There is also an order of the thought development. And so the Brihadaranyaka may say to the most ancient Upanishad, and some of the other Upanishads may say to be more recent Upanishads, Just as Upanishads say to be more recent with reference to Karma Kanda. So wherever you find difference in the Upanishad and Karma Kanda, you say that look, this is now, there is an evolution of thought. And this one now, see what the Karma Kanda said is dismissed here. For example, in the Bible also, there is Old Testament and there is New Testament. And there are statements in New Testament that in fact dismiss what the Old Testament said. The Old Testament would say that an eye for eye and a tooth for tooth. So if he takes away your eye, you take away his eye, and if he takes away your tooth, you break his tooth. What does the New Testament say? If they give you slap on one cheek, hold the other cheek, Altogether, opposite. That's how the thought has developed, from formally taking revenge or retaliating to submitting, non-violence. Anyway, I'm just giving an example. So because there is always an evolution of thought everywhere in the world, here also they see an evolution of thought. I'm saying all this so that when you read certain things, you may, find these things. But as far as the devoted, faithful are concerned, there is a need on their part to see or believe that there is consistency throughout in all the Upanishads. Because Upanishad as a whole body is looked upon as one pramanam. So, as far as the tradition is concerned, different Upanishads are not looked upon as different from each other. They are looked upon as one body of knowledge. And the whole body of Upanishads is looked upon as pramanam, as the valid means of knowledge. And that can be so only if there is consistency, samanvaya, in what they say. So that is in fact the main task of Brahma Sutra, is to establish samanvaya, consistency in the intended meaning of all the Upanishads. So, Ved ekadeshasya virodhat apramanye. If only the Srishti Shrutis, the passages dealing with creation, because there appears to be a contradiction among them. And therefore, if they are dismissed as not pramanam, that means that one part of the Upanishads, the Shrutis are not pramanam. The one part of Veda is not pramanam. Tad ekadeshantarasyapi tatheva pramanya shankaya. Then how can you trust that Shruti is pramanam with reference to Brahma? If Shruti is not pramanam We cannot depend upon that. When it comes to the creation, how can we depend upon that when it comes to Brahman also? Therefore, iti shankaya tat samanvayat. Therefore, when there is resolution of all the differences, and when it is established that there is a consistency in the Srishti Shruti also. So consistency must be there in all aspects of the Upanishads. Tattvajnana siddhehe. So Shraddha is Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Shraddha is extremely important. When there are doubts in your mind, so that is called the pramana samshaya. Prameya and pramana. So first of all, this Shravanam is meant to establish the validity of pramanam. That all the Upanishads are consistent in revealing or in delineating one topic, that is Brahman. The non-duality of Brahman is the subject matter of all the Upanishads. So tattvajnana siddhehe, when the mind is resolved, when it doesn't have any doubt, then alone it is conducive to listen and receive the knowledge, then alone the knowledge can take place, not otherwise. Brahma karana pakshasya anapaikshanyatva shanka nivrittihi. Therefore, it is important. If you resolve the doubt with reference to the contradictions in the creation, Shruti, then also automatically the passages dealing with Brahma also, that they also stand as consistent, and therefore anapaikshanyatva shanka nivritti. So now there appear to be some differences even with reference to Brahman also. That being the case, just because differences appear to be there, therefore they are to be ignored. In that case, that Brahma Shruti also be ignored. But when now we have now resolved that all these Shrutis dealing with the creation are consistent, we are also resolved that all the Shrutis dealing with Brahman also are consistent. Tadartha nirmalatve phalati. So this is the result of artha nirmalatvam, of clarifying the purport. That there is one purport behind the passages dealing with creation. Therefore, there is one purport also behind passages dealing with Brahman. If this is not there in creation, in Brahman passage also it may not be there. Therefore, it is important. Therefore, Bhashyakara said, Sarva Vedanta Gada Srishti Stutyara Shrutyartha Nirmalatvaya Para Prapancha Arabhyate. The next two padas are begin for that purpose. Tat artha nirmalatvecha phalam. And when thus the clarification is made with reference to purport of all the passages dealing with creation, yathokta akshanka nivritti eva. All your shanka or the doubts with reference to apparent inconsistencies are removed, and thus the pramanyam, the authenticity of the Upanishads is established, and that's how Shraddha is established. Bhashyakara continues, Tatra prasam tavat akasham ashritya chintyate. To begin with then, chintyate, the deliberation is performed, akasham ashritya, with reference to the subject matter of akasha or the space. Speaking that is the subject matter, first the deliberation is performed. Kim akashasya utpatti asti uta nasti iti. Whether is akasha created or not created, this is what the so akasha subject matter. is Akasha Srishti. Then the doubt is Akashasya Utpatti Asti Uta Nasti. Is the space created or not created? Look at Ratnaprabha, the last line on page 498. Atra Akashasya Utpatti Anutpatti Shrutyoho Mitho Virodha Asti Navayati. Akashasya Utpatti Anutpatti Shrutyoho. There is some Shruti passage which talks about Utpatti or creation of Akasha as Taittiriya Upanishad. There is some passage which does not mention the creation of space as in the Chandogya Upanishad. Among the two, Mitho Virodha Asti Nava. Should we conclude that they are talking different from each other? Should we conclude that what the Taittiriya Upanishad says is different from what the Chandogya Upanishad says, or they say the same thing? Even though there may be a difference in the description, do they intend that the creation process is different? The space is created and space is not created. Is that what the conclusion is? So, Mitho Virodha Asti Nava. One position can be that there is Mitho Virodha, mutual contradiction among the passages of Taittiriya Upanishad and Chandogya Upanishad. Or Nava. Or there is no difference, meaning that the Tatparya or purport of both of them is the same. So question is whether Tatparya or purport of Taittiriya and Chandogya creation description is the same or not. If it is the same, then what? Sandehe यदि उत्पत्ति ही तदा वाक्य भेद एक वाक्यत्वाभ्याम. Vakya Veda means what? One Vakya says one thing, other Vakya says another thing. That is Vakya Veda, Artha Veda. Or Ek Vakyatvaabhyam, or what the Taittiriya says, the same as what the Chandogya says, Ek Vakyada. So, conveying the same idea. Are they conveying different ideas or conveying the same idea? That's the Sandeha. So, that's the Samshaya. Vishaya and Samshaya. Then comes Purva Paksha, then Uttar Paksha, and then Siddhanta. Then Ratnavara continues, Yadi Utpatti, so if you accept the Utpatti or you accept the creation of space, then what happens? The Chandogya does not mention the creation of space. That means that there is Virodha or there is contradiction between these two Shrutis. Vakya Bhedena Virodhat. One Vakya says one thing, other Vakya says another thing. Therefore, there is Virodha or contradiction between these two Shrutis. Understand this. If it is accepted that the space is created, then what the Taittiriya Upanishad says is right. But inasmuch as the Chandogya does not mention the creation of space, therefore, what Chandogya says contradicts what Taittiriya says, and therefore there is a mutual contradiction between the two Shrutis. Then Apramanyam. If there is contradiction among the Shruti itself, then the Shruti becomes Apramanam. At least the passages dealing with creation become Apramanam. Then everything will become Apramanam. So understand that if creation space is created, then the whole Srishti Shruti becomes Apramanam. Iti Purvapaksh, therefore, Anayoho, so Apramanya Anayoho Shrutyadi Purvapakshaishyan. What is Purvapaksha? Purvapaksha is that there is Virodha. Purvapaksha is that there is Virodha between the Shrutis. Uttar Paksha is that there is no Virodha. Purva Pakshaishan Adau Anutpatti Paksham Ekadeshi Grunnati. Now what is Ekadeshi? Ekadeshi is a Vedantin who sees consistency, who wants to give Pramanya. So Vedanta gives Pramanya to Upanishad. Ekadeshi means the pseudo Vedantin. Means that he also wants to prove the Pramanya of the Upanishad. The Pramanya is only when there is no Virodha between these passages. And Virodha will not be there only if space is not created. If space is not created, then Chandogya also says not created. Then there is no Virodha. Then there is no contradiction. Then the passages are Pramanam. Therefore, the pseudo Vedantin also wants to establish the Pramanyam of the Shruti, but in his own way, not the way we want to establish. What is the Mukhya Siddhanta? How does Mukhya Siddhanta establish the Pramanyam? Mukhya Siddhanta also shows that there is no contradiction among the passages of Shruti. Why? There appears to be contradiction. And therefore Mukhya Siddhanta says that inasmuch as the passages dealing with creation have no purpose to give reality to creation, all of them are nothing but Arthavada. All of them are meant only to support the non-duality of Brahman. Meaning that all of them want to have, they have only one purport. Our intention is to establish that Brahma is Jagat Karanam. And therefore the Srishti is Mithya. So, description of the creation is not to give a real description that this is how creation really took place. So it's not scientific. Vedanta is not scientific in that sense that the different Upanishads describe creation differently, not that they are giving different evolutions, but they want to say that Srishti is Mithya. So, Vedanta does not have to prove itself to be scientific because science has a different goal and Vedanta has a different goal. Science has a goal to explain the matter. Vedanta has a goal to explain that. So science has a goal to discover the reality of matter. Vedanta has a goal to explain the reality of Brahman or consciousness. Therefore they are poles apart. That being the case, for Vedanta, the Shabda is a Pramanam. For science, the Tarka is a Pramanam. So science goes on the Nayayika style. This is the Asta Vedanta. Anyway, that's by the way. So, we call this fellow pseudo Vedanta. Even though he wants to prove the Pramanya of the Shruti, his method of proving is what? By showing that there is no Virodha, but that the creation is there, but there is no Virodha in creation. What the pseudo Vedantin wants to say is that the creation is there. However, there is no inconsistency among the Shruti. Therefore, he is not a Mukhya Vedantin, because Mukhya Vedantin says creation is not there. Therefore, they call it Ekadeshi. Understand why this fellow is called Ekadeshi. So, Ekadeshi Grunnati. Looks like this pseudo Vedantin, he has the Paksha or the side of the Vedanta, but not really, because he has not understood Vedanta completely. What do you call Ekadeshi or pseudo Vedantin is a person who has not understood Vedanta Tatparya, the purport, correctly. He has not understood that Vedanta wants to say that the Srishti is Mithya. That is not understood. Therefore, he says the Upanishads talk about Srishti, therefore there is Srishti and they are consistent. Therefore they are Pramanam. So therefore, Vashyakara, come to page 499. Okay. तत्र तावत् प्रतिपाद्यते न वियत अश्रुतेः इति। Tatra. What is tatra? When this sandeha is there, when these two positions are there, whether there is virodha or not, in that, tatra tavat pratipadyate, then this Ekadeshi wants to say that there is no virodha. But how does he say? Na vyat ashrutehe. He says the space is not created. Ashrutehe, because there is no Shruti statement. So, that is explained. Tadaksharani vachaste. Bhashyakara explains the words of the sutra, says. So, na vyat means what? Na khalu akasham utpadyate. So, na vyat, pratigna, na khalu akasham utpadyate. Indeed, the space is not created. So then we asked, Kasmat Ashrutehe Nahi Asya Utpatti Prakarane Shravanam Asti. Why do you say Ashrutehe? He says that there is no Nahi Asya Utpatti Prakarane Shravanam Asti. Utpatti Prakarane. In the section dealing with Utpatti, the section dealing with creation of Upanishads, we do not find the mention of space as being created. Therefore, space is not created. Then he shows how it is not mentioned. He takes only Chandogya. So idea is that according to this Vedanta, this pseudo Vedantin, Chandogya is the Mukhya Shruti and Taittiriya is the Gauni Shruti. That's what will come to. Chandogya Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asid Ekameva Dvitiyam Iti Satchabdavachyam Brahma Prakrutya Tadaikshata Tattejaha Asrujata Iti cha Panchanam Mahabhutanam Madhyamam Tejaha Adinkritva Trayanam Tejo Bandhanam Utpattihi Shravyate. To illustrate Chandogya, in the Chandogya Upanishad indeed, Sadeva Somya Idamagrasit Ekameva Dvitiyam. Hey Somya, O good looking one, Idam, this universe of names and form, Sadev Asit, was nothing but Sat, Ekameva Dvitiyam, one without a second. Iti. Understand? Sat Shabdavacham Brahma. So apparently Chandogya Upanishad uses the word Sat. Even though it's a Tattvamasi, that Tat means Sat, understand there, you know. We say Tat means Brahma, alright. But as far as Chandogya is concerned, the word is Sat. The Bhashyakara says, there was Sat Shabdavacham Brahma. So when the Chandogya Upanishad uses the word Sat, it means Brahma. Prakrutya, the word Brahma Prakrutya, the discussion here is Brahma. Sadeva Somya, first word is Sat. Although otherwise it should be that way. Idam, Agre, Ekameva Dvitiyam, Sat Asit. That's how it should have been said. The Kartru there is Idam. Idam Agre Ekamevadvityam Sat Asid. This universe, before its creation, was Sat, one without a second. But what does it say? Sadeva Somme. That's why people are confused. They say there was only Sat, one without a second, No, this was Sat. Anyway, so we have discussed all of this. So the thing is that Brahma Prakrutya. So Idam is not the Prakaranam. Brahma is Prakaranam. So Prakrutya means what? The subject is Brahman and not this creation. So Brahma Prakrutya. Tadaikshada. Then it says Tadaikshada. That Sat or Brahma, Aikshada, it deliberated. Bhusyam, Prajaya, etc. Tat Teja, Asrujata. And then Brahman, that is Sat, created Teja. The element fire was created. Iticha, Panchanam, Mahabhutanam. The five Mahabhutas are accepted. Akash, Vayu, all of these are accepted. Panchanam, Mahabhutanam, Madhyamam. Among the five elements, the Madhyamam, the middle one is what? Fire. Space, air, fire, water, and earth. Among these five, the fire is the middle one. So Madhyamam, Teja Adinkrutva. Even though the element fire is third in sequence and middle as far as the five elements are concerned, the Chandogya Adinkrutva, the Chandogya Upanishad mentions it first. Trayanam Tejobannanam Utpatti Shravyate. The Utpatti, the creation only of the three elements. Tejaha, Ab Anna, the fire, water and earth. The creation of the three elements alone is we are made to hear that. So it says, Nyaya Nirnaya. आकाशस्य जन्म अश्रवणेपि कथम अनुमान सिद्धा तदुत्पत्तिः अपनुह्येत इति अपह्नुयेत इति. All right, we say that. Suppose Chandogya Upanishad does not mention specifically the creation of space, but by inference you can arrive at it. That the fire could not be created unless its cause air was there, and that could not be unless its cause space was there. So even though the Upanishad does not mention space in particular, specifically, by inference you can arrive at it. So how do you say that just because Chandogya does not mention the creation of space, how do you say that space is not created? So he says, next sentence, Shrutischaiti. Shrutischa naf pramanam Atindriyartha Vijnanotpattau. So understand, Anumanam is not our Pramanam. You cannot arrive at by Anumanam what the Shruti doesn't say. And so, Shruti is a Pramanam. Shrutischa naf Pramanam Atindriyartha Vishaya Atindriyartha Vijnanotpattau. For gaining the knowledge of that which is beyond the sense perception. As far as the objects which are the objects of sense perception are concerned, you do not require Shruti. The perception, inference, these are the pramanam available to us for ascertaining the understanding what the objective world is. When it comes to the topics of subject matter or the aspects which are beyond the sense perception, at that time Shruti becomes Pramanam. So here also, whether space is created or not, who can say? You can't determine with your perception. So perception, inference, etc. available to you are not available for determining whether space is created or not. Therefore, in those kind of matters, subject matters, Upanishad alone becomes a pramana. And Upanishad does not mention the creation of space, therefore we have to accept that space is not created. That's all. So then it says here, Tari Shutrevasti iti ashankya. But there is Shruti which talks about creation of space. What about that? Says Gauni iti suchitam. So, therefore next sentence is Nachatra Shrutihi Asti Akashasya Utpatti Pratipadini. Right now it doesn't mention what Shruti is there, but then as Ratnavara says, Utpatti Shrutihi Mukhya Nasti iti Gudhabhisandhihi. The hidden intention. When this fellow says, Nachatra Shruti asti Akashasya Utpatti Pratipadani Shruti nasti. In fact, in the Upanishad, there is no statement which talks about the creation of space. Everybody knows it talks. Everybody knows that Taittiriya Upanishad talks about creation of space. Even then, this person says that there is no statement of Shruti which establishes the creation of space, meaning thereby that what the Taittiriya Upanishad says is not to be taken in a primary sense. So even though Taittiriya Upanishad appears to be talking about the creation of space, it doesn't mean that, So Utpatti Shrutihi Mukhya Nasti iti Gudhabhisandhihi. Unless we understand this, you don't know how the arguments are following, you see. So how the Vedanta Ekadeshi is thinking? With what kind of thinking he is presenting arguments? What the Purvapakshi is thinking? And what the Mukhya Siddhanta? There are three fellows here now, not two. Normally there are two persons. One is the Purvapakshi, other is Siddhanti. In between here there is what we call Ekadeshi. So which sutra belongs to whom? That should be understood. This Navyat Ashrutehe is a sutra said by Ekadeshi. What does Ekadeshi want to do? He wants to establish the consistency and pramanya of the Shruti. Unfortunately, in that process, he gives a reality to creation. That is why he is not one part is acceptable, that Shruti is pramanam. But other part that this creation is not acceptable, he is called Ekadeshi, In part, he agrees with us, in part, he is not with us. That's for Ekadeshi. So says Nyaya Nirnay, Taittiriya Shrutehe Gaunatvat Anyasya Amukhyatvat Na Mitho Virodasthiti Upasamharati. Because it is Gauni, therefore it is not Mukhya, therefore there is no Virodha. There cannot be Virodha between Mukhya and Amukhya. So the last sentence is Tasmat Na Asti Akashasya Utpattihi iti. Tasmat Akashasya Utpattihi nasti iti. Therefore, because it's Gauni will come later. Keeping that in mind, he says, as yet he has not said it openly. But keeping that in mind, he says, therefore, space is not created. Now going to next one, says Ratnaprabha, Samprati Purvapakshayati Sutrakaraha. The Purvapaksha of the Vedanta Ekadeshi understand this, Now, Sutrakara presents as the Purvapaksha. To what this fellow said? He says, Na vyat ashrutehe. Space is not created because there is no Shruti statement talking about creation of space. So that the Sutrakara Siddhanti becomes a Purvapakshi, meaning questions the statement, questions his statement that there is no Shruti statement talking about creation of space. Who says that? So, next one says, Astitu. Astitu. It is there. What is Asti? Tu means pakshantara parigrahartham. So there is another paksha. What is that? Asti chandogye akashotpatti shruti abhavepi sa shruti taitiriyake vidyate. So even though the chandogya, so it is a Purva Pakshi. Purva Pakshi now, what is Purva Pakshi? Purva Pakshi wants to show that there is contradiction. The Vedantin wants to show non-contradiction. And the Purva Pakshi wants to show contradiction. So Purva Pakshi says, hey, you are not right in saying that there is no passage talking about creation of space. There is a passage or statement in Taittiriya Upanishad. Astitu. Therefore, Virodha is there. The Purva Paksha remains. That means that Taittiriya and Chandogya contradict each other. Therefore, there is internal contradiction. Therefore, this is not Pramanam. That's the Purva Paksha. Sutram Vyakurvan Purupaksham Vivranati. Explaining Sutra, the Purupaksha is now explained by Bhashyakara. Bhashyakara says, Tu Shabdaha Pakshantara Parigrahe Astitu. So Tu Shabdaha Pakshantara Parigrahe. What is one Paksha? One Paksha is that there is no Shruti statement talking about the creation of space. What's the other Paksha? There is Shruti statement talking about the creation of space. So this person prefers that. Tu Shabda Pakshantara Parigrahe. This other person who is a Purva Pakshi prefers that there is a statement in Taittiriya Upanishad talking about the creation of space. Manama Akashasya Chandogye Bhut Utpattehi Shrutyantaretu Asti. Akashasya Chandogye Utpattehi Mabhut. Alright? There in Chandogya Upanishad, there is no mention of the creation of space. May it be, let it be. Shrutyantaretu asti, but the other Shruti, where there is a very clear mention of the creation of space. So, which is that Shruti? Explains here. Taittiriya kahe samamanante Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Iti Prakrutya Tasmadva Etasmadatmanah Akasha Sambhutah Iti. So Taittiriya Kaha means what? The followers of the Taittiriya recension of the Veda. They Samamananti, they read like this. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. For the Upanishad says, Brahman is Satyam, Jnanam Anantam. Satyam means truth. Jnanam, knowledge or consciousness. Anantam, infinite. Tasma iti prakrutya. So beginning, the discussion has begun with this mention. Then it says, Tasmadva etasmat atmanah akasha sambhutah. Tasmadva etasmat tasmat, from that Brahma, which is Satyam Jnananantam, etasmat, which is this Atma, atmanah akasha sambhutah. From Atma, which is Brahman, akasha emerged. So interesting thing is, why does Bhashyakara mention Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma? It's not part of creation Shruti. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhuta. That's all should have been stated. Why Satyam Jnanam? So says there, Nyaya Sarvanamartha Jnapanaartham Purvavakya Anukramanam. Tasmadva. What is Tasmad? Sarvanama is there. So what's the meaning of Tasmad? From that. So to help us understand what is that, Satyam Jnanamanandam. That is Brahman is Satyam Jnanamanandam, which is Atma. Therefore, Sarvanamartha Jnapanartham. To explain the meaning of Sarvanama, the Tasmat, Purvavakya Anukramanam. So Purvavakya is stated there. Okay. Therefore, continues, Tatascha Shrutyoho Vipratishedah Kvachid Teja Pramukha Srushtihi Kvachid Akasha Pramukha Iti. Tatascha, when this is the case, Shrutyoho Vipratishedah, there is the contradiction between the two Shrutis, Chandogya and the Taittiriya. Kvachit Tejas Pramukha Srushtihi. In Chandogya Upanishad, the creation is said to begin with the element fire. Kvachit Akasha Pramukhayate. In Taittiriya Upanishad, the creation is said to begin with the element space. And therefore, Shrutyo Vipradisheda Asti. There is a contradiction between the statements of these two Shrutis. That is basically what Purva Paksha wants to say. Wants to prove the contradiction. If the contradiction is not Pramanam, then you dismiss the whole thing, you know. And Vedantin wants to prove the consistency. So says Nyaya Nirnaya, Pramanyasya Outsargikatvat Virodena Pramanya Ayogat Ekavakyataya Kathanchit Pramanyam Eshtavid Shangade. Pramanyasya Outsargikatvat. That the Veda is Pramanam completely. That's a general statement, the Veda is Pramanam. Upanishad being the part of Veda also is Pramanam. And Srushtis Shruti, the passages dealing with creation also, being part of Upanishad, also are Pramanam. So therefore, that statement applies to everybody. Virodena Pramanya Ayogat. But now, there is Virodha, the contradiction between these two statements, and therefore, Upanishad loses its Pramanyam, Srushtis Shruti. And that we don't like. Therefore, Ekavakyataya Kathanjit Pramanyam Ishtavyam. So we tell him, so why don't you somehow see, why do you want to insist upon the contradiction? Why do you not resolve the contradiction? And show that the Ekavakyata, the same idea is conveyed by the two Shrutis, it is important. See, if what you say is true, then the Upanishad loses Pramanyam. That's not right. Because somehow you must explain the two Shrutis so that there is no contradiction. And so says Nano. Or Ratnaprabha says, Ekavakyattvena Pramanya Sambhave Kimiti Shrutyo Apramanyamiti. So why not you show how the two statements convey the same, they have the same purport. In that way there will be Pramanyam. And so it is not right that you are accepting unpramanyam. So he says, that's what he said here. Nanu ekavakyata anayoho shrutyoho yukta. So we urge him. He says, look, the Upanishad is pramanam. That in the case, ekavakyata, these passages must necessarily convey the same idea, then only Upanishad becomes pramana. So that should be the paksha that is taken. Then why are you taking this paksha? So the position that should be adopted is that there is no contradiction. Why do you adopt the position of contradiction? So then he says, Satyam sayukta natu sa avagantum shakyate. So Purva you are right. We also want to see the consistency, but we don't know how to see it. When there is open inconsistency, we do not say how to see ekavakyata or consistency among these Shrutis. If we could see it, we would have accepted it, but we don't know how to see it. Sa avagantum na shakyate. We do not know how to arrive at the ekavakyata or the consistency between these passages. Sambhavati ekavakyatve tad bhedah naishyate. He says, if ekavakyata was possible, we would not have accepted the difference. But then, we don't see, they are openly contradicting each other. Then, we ask this question, Kutaha? Why do you say that it is not possible to establish the ekavakyata? Then he explains, Tat tejaha asrujata iti sakrutshutasya srashtuhu srastavyadvayena sambandha anupapattehe tat tejaha asrujata tadakasham asrujata iti. So Kutaha, why do you say that? We say that why not that the creator first created Akasha and then created Teja. So simple to see that both of them talk about the same, even though Chandogya does not mention space. Why not you understand this way? That because Taittiriya Upanishad mentions the creation of space, therefore we can understand that creator first created space and then created fire. Why not that way? So Purvapakshi says, Tat Teja Asrujata. But you see, creator is only one. Tat Teja Asrujata. That means what? The creator created the element fire. Iti Sakrut Shutasya Srashtuhu. Srashta or the creator is one. Sastavya Dvayana. And the two things that were created, Akash and fire. So one Srashta cannot be connected with the two things to be created. Sastavyadvayana sammada anupattehe. Either he created space, what did he create? So Taittiriya says created space. Chandogya says created fire. One of them must be right. Therefore, one created could not possibly have created two things. He could have created only one thing. Therefore, kartavyadvayana sambandha na drishyate. Two kartavya, what is created are two things. Therefore, one created cannot be the creator of both these two things. Tat teja asrujata, tat akasham asrujata iti. Same creator created space and same creator created fire. One creator cannot do these two things. He can do only one thing. Okay, he cannot create two things, but he can create two things in sequence. One creator can not create two things simultaneously, but he can create two things in sequence. Is it not? So says, Nanu Sakrutsutasyapi Kartuhu Kartavyadvayena Sambandho drishyate Yatha Supam Paktva Odanam Pachititi Evam Tata Akasham Srishtva Tata Tejaha Asrujata Iti Yojayashyami. So Vedantin says, we will tell you how to find consistency between the two. Sakrusrutasyapi kartuhu Kartavya-dvayena sambandho drishyate. We find in our day-to-day life that one person can do two things. How? Not simultaneously, but in sequence. Yatha supam paktva odanam pachati. Having created soup, soup means curry, not this soup but curry. Having cooked the curry, then he cooks rice. So one creator connected with two created things. You say that one creator cannot be connected with two created things, space and fire, but we will show how. How, having cooked the soup or curry, he cooks the rice. Evam tadakasham sushtva tat teja asrujadayati. Similarly, why not that the creator first created space and then created fire, then everything will be fine. So Taittiriya Upanishad describes earlier stage of creation, Chandogya describes later stage of creation, but it is the same creator. Is talk that Tat is the same. Atma and Sat are the same, and so why not you look at that way? Vipratishedavadi. The fellow wants to establish the contradiction. He dushayati. He finds fault with his argument. His argument that maybe space and fire were created in sequence. This Purvapakshi finds a defect in his argument. What does he say? Naivam yujyate. No, that is not possible. So apramanyavadi dushati. Apramanyavadi call him, or so pratishedavadi you can call him, or Purvapakshi you can call him. Ratnamara said the same thing by him. Ekasya yugapat karyadvaya sambandhe bhi kramena sambandha sambhavat ekavakyadayati mukhya siddhanti shankate. The ekavakyada is possible if you accept a sequence. So, that is now the apramanyavadi shows there is a defect in your thinking. Nevam yujyate, that is not possible. What is nevam yujyate? Says Ratnamara, kramona yujyate. Na evam yujyate meaning krama. This kind of creation, one after the other, is not tenable. Why? Dvayoho Shuddha prathamya bhangapattehi. Dvayoho Shuddha prathamya. Look, Taittiriya Upanishad says that the space is first created. Chandogya says that fire is first created. So prathamya also is there. If you accept sequence, then pratham will be contradicted. You follow? If you say that Akasha is created first and fire is created later, but then Chandogya says that first fire is created and Taittiriya says first Akasha is created. So you have to abandon that part. To interpret the sequence, you have to abandon the prathamyam. That what is first created aspect will be abandoned. So there will be contradiction there. So that's what the Bhashya says. Prathamajatvam hi chandogye tejasah avagamyate taitiriyake cha akashasya. Chandogye tejasah prathamajatvam avagamyate. When we read the Chandogya Upanishad, we arrive at this conclusion that Tejaha of fire is first created. Taitiriyake. When we read Taittiriya Upanishad, we understand that Akasha is created first. So, if you accept sequence, then Prathamyam has to be discarded. That's not right. So, the different kind of contradiction still remains anyway. If you try to resolve one contradiction, you are creating another contradiction. Then says Ratnaprabha, Ekasmad Dvidala Bijad Daladvayavat Astu Ubhayam Prathamajam Iti Ataha. So we give a different reason. He says, well, both of them can be first. Space also can be first and fire also can be first. You know how? So, sometimes the seed has two dala. Huh? Dicoty. Monocoty is on dicoty, alright. So meaning that one seed has potential of two trees. So sometimes you find that from one seed, two branches are coming right together, you know. Usually there is only one stem, but in some trees you find two stems simultaneously. Because that's the dvidala. In that seed, in fact, two trees were there. The potential of two, so in one seed, two seeds were there. Therefore, so it is possible that two things can be simultaneously created. So also Brahman created simultaneously Akash and space. So Prasamyam, that they were created first also is served, and that both of them are created also is okay. And so to that the Purvapakshi answers, Nacha Uvayoho Prasamajatvam Sambhavate. Hey, but that's not right. You cannot have two things can be simultaneously created. That is possible. But Taittiriya says that Akasha is first and Chandogya says fire is first. So that firstness will be contradicted. Two things can't be first. Two things cannot be because Akasha, two Akashas can be created, same thing can be created, but two different things can be first. Because says, Taittiriya further says, Vayoho Agnihi. Taittiriya says, Akashad Vayohu, Vayoho Agnihi. So therefore, Taittiriya doesn't say that Akash and Agni are created together. It says that Agni is created after Akasha. Therefore, both of them cannot have Prathamyam. They can be created. So both of them cannot have they can be the first elements created. So Vayu Agni iti Krama Shruti Bhangad. If you accept both of them created simultaneously, then you are discarding or you are abandoning this other Shruti which says there is a sequence of space, air, fire, etc. Okay, we will continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.